Hello everyone. In this video, we'll see about Parse JSON. So to understand Parse JSON, I will create a flow. Let me go to Cloudflow and I will choose Instant Cloudflow. Let me give my flow some name. So I will say 11 and Parse JSON. I will manually trigger my flow. I will hit on create button. Okay. So the first thing is that we are going to use an API. So you can simply Google this https://restful-api.dev. So here you have a lot of APIs. So I want to use, let's say, this API. So let me copy this. Even though the output is here, but we'll still, we'll run through this HTTP request. So I will say HTTP. I will search for this action, and here you see we are getting this HTTP. So we'll use the get method as we are only interested to get the data, and in the URI we need to pass that URL. So I pass that URL. So what I will do, I will click on this news tab, and here I will add a compose, and inside this compose I will pass output of this API call. So I will come down. So you see here I'm going to pass body to my compose. So let me save this and run this flow, and you will see you will get a output like this. Okay, so let me hit on test button and I will test this. I will run my flow. Alright, so our flow runs successfully, and now you will see we are getting this output. So let me copy this output and put this inside a notepad. Okay, so the interesting thing here is, you see, this is an array, right? Now inside your array you have this object. This is object. This is object. And even inside your object you have one more object. Right, you have one more object. So now let us say if you want to get value of ID or name or data or this color capacity, so you will need to write expression for that, right? But Parse JSON actually eliminates this problem. So how? Let me show you. So I will add an action here. I will use Parse JSON now. I'll say Parse JSON. And here I will provide the content. What would be my content? Output of this HTTP request. So I will come down. I will pass the body here. Now here we need to provide a schema, but the trick here is you click on this generate button and simply paste your raw data. And let's click on done. Okay. And now let me copy this data and let me come back to my notepad. Yeah, so let me maximize this. So as I said, we have an array, right? This is completely an array. Inside our array we have these items 1, 2, 3. Okay, there could be more as well, but for now the API that we have taken here, we have only 3 outputs, and then it is saying it is also type object, right? And there it is telling that it have 2 properties, ID and name. And it is also showing their data type, that they both are in string format. And then it is telling that there is also another one that is called data, but its type is not string, its type is object. Again it have also properties as color and capacity. and they also have type string. Okay, so let me go back here. Now let me use this compose. I will remove this body, and let us assume if I want to get name. Okay, so I want to get name, so I can easily get name from this parse JSON. This is the power of JSON. And here, since we'll be getting output like more than one record, so it have automatically understood and like already created a apply to each for us, so that if we get more values, so it will iterate through it. And here I will say compose as name. Let me add one more action. Again, I will use compose. And this time I am going to use data. I'll say compose data, and we'll go to inputs. From my parse JSON, I will choose my data variable. From my parse JSON, I will use data variable. And let me test. Click on save and test. Let me run my flow. I click on done. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, so let me show you the apply to each. You see this particular apply to each, it ran 3 times, and it will show you data like this Apple iPhone, and then this Samsung Galaxy, and then your Apple iPad mini 5th generation. So we have exactly the same data. Then we should get this data like, let me show you here itself. Okay, so you see we are getting this data, right? Depending upon if I will switch back it to previous. Yeah, you see here 689.99 brown, this one. So this is the actual use of Parse JSON. So you don't need to manually go and specify your JSON format. This particular action will automatically, you just simply provide the raw data. It will see the data, and based on the best suggestion, it is going to provide you the schema automatically. So let me tell you what we have done. We have used an API, the sample test API. Here we have simply passed the body of this API, and then we run this HTTP request once, and then we clicked on this generate sample data. Here we provided the sample JSON payload, and that actually generates schema for us. Then we want to get the name and this data field. So for that we simply use compose here. So thank you for watching this video.